Well, I think part of what critical race theory argues, I think you were trying to articulate, is that Steve Toth is responsible and benefits from all the sins from 150 years ago, from all the sins 60, 70 years ago, and that every white child that comes into a classroom, they're responsible for those sins as well. And I'm just sorry, Jesus died on the cross so that my
Amen.
sins, the ones that I committed, could be forgiven. And so I'm not sure if I want to place that burden on some 6th or 7th grade child that they have to be responsible for sins that someone else committed. That's why I think it's important to reject critical race theory and what they're trying to impose on, I don't care if it's whether it's white, black, brown, yellow kids. We shouldn't be putting this burden on children or any human beings, and particularly those of us who are believers. We have to reject this. The Bible compels us to, the gospel compels us to. We have to do that. Help me understand then, and I know.
Jason, can I just give you a quick story? So one of the Democrats actually sat down with me with a tear coming from his eye, emotionally, he was racked with anger, and he said, "I hate you, and I am justified in hating you because of what your ancestors did to my ancestors, and I will hate you until you make reparations for what your ancestors did to my ancestors." Jarvis Johnson said that to me. Black Democrat from Houston.
Jarvis Johnson.
Yes, said that to me.
He's another state representative like you.
Another state representative, yes.
And I said, he told you?
Yes. And I said, Jarvis, my ancestors did nothing to your ancestors. My ancestors were in Budapest, Hungary. And my grandfather, who lived in Budapest, Hungary when he was 12 years old, was beaten relentlessly by Catholic priests because he would not join the Catholic Church. He died 20 years before he should have because of the kidney damage he sustained as a young man. He fled Hungary for the United States because of the religious persecution that he and his family endured at the hand of Catholics. Now, am I justified in hating Catholics because of the fact that they killed my grandfather? No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Steve, what you're talking about, what you're talking about, Steve, is a secular culture that doesn't believe in forgiveness. And that's a very dangerous culture.
The problem, though, Jason, is that the church is buying into this. And I don't know if you had the chance to read Vodi Bakkum's book, Fault Lines, but I think this is going to be the undoing of the body of Christ, because so many of these woke young pastors that have allowed this grotesque theology into their hearts and minds, and they're spewing it out to young people today that are buying into it. There's no place for the power of the grace of Jesus Christ in Romans 6 and this transformation that Romans 6 talks about in our life, where the old man has been done away with, the old body of sin has been put to sleep and put to death. And we've been raised with this new body, this new nature that walks in love and grace and kindness towards one another. Critical race theory tells Christians to reject that.